no be ordinary place. Now a solution, they show face. Lady Mary, they lead the way. With guess where go blow your brain. Talk your matter, make we solve 'em. No judgment, just love and wisdom. We they discuss, we they learn. Every episode you gon' feel the burn. Oh, the chat room. Now here we they find a way. Oh, the chat room. Oh yes, we go talk and clear, no delay. No delay. Oh, it's interactive, educative, informative and unapologetic. Oh, the chat room. We unstoppable, no be lie. You, hey, the chat room. Hey, now here we dey find a way. We the chat room. We go talk and clear, no delay, no delay. It's interactive, educative, informative and unapologetic. Oh, the chat room. We unstoppable, no be lie. Oh, the chat room. Yeah. Now here we dey find a way. Oh, the chat room. Oh yes, we go talk and clear, no delay. No delay. It's interactive, educative, informative and unapologetic. Oh, the chat room. We unstoppable, no be lie. You.
Hello. Good evening. Thank you all for tuning in another Sunday in the chat room where we have conversations, live conversations. Today we are continuing with the breakfast. With the I'm hungry and it's not
We
even.
all are.
We are continuing with our breast cancer awareness month. We have today and then one more week, and we will move on to another topic. So we are on the same topic, and we have our sister here today. We will be talking about, we're still again on the topic of breast cancer awareness. We will be covering family history, diagnosis, treatment, and support. And again, since she is the professional, she will be doing a lot of the talking today. Make sure to please share and contribute if you have any questions, suggestions, concerns. Feel free to put it in the comments and we will do our best to address it. So I'll go ahead and have our guest introduce herself and give us a little bit about her background.
Hi, everyone. I'm so honored to be with you guys today. My name is Mami Jesiwa Osei Brentuo. I am a registered nurse. I work at Kaiser Permanente as a chronic pain management nurse navigator. And I also work at the postpartum at Prince William County. So I do both, and they're very different. So I love it. I'm a mother and also a wife. So I'm very honored to be here, and it's breast cancer awareness, and it wouldn't be right if I didn't accept this because as a woman it's a very important topic that we all have to take very seriously. So yeah, that's just a little bit about me, and I'm very, very honored to be here today.
Okay, and you are close to
Yeah.
me. I'm in Stafford, so we're
Oh,
close.
you're in Stafford.
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
we're close by. All
Very
right.
close.
Thank you
Yes.
so much for accepting the invitation.
Thank you.
It's an honor to have you. So we are going to start by just kind of, I guess, talking about the topic, but letting us know. Um, I think from the past weeks, we've specifically spoke about what breast cancer is, and a lot of us, have gained understanding. But I will also like your own um, ex- definition and explanation on what exactly breast cancer is and what we should be looking for to detect, whatever it is that we can detect, from self exam or just before the next step of involving
Right.
like medical personnel.
Okay. So when we say breast cancer, it's cancer that originates from the breast, I should say. So we all know the body is made up of different cells, and so when it's cancerous, it's when the cell itself is growing uncontrollably or abnormally, is what I should say. So in layman's term, I should say breast cancer is just a disease of the breast or cancer of the breast cells that has grown abnormally, and it starts with something small and then it gradually gets worse. And nobody knows you more than you. I know myself more than even my doctor does, and that's good. That goes for everybody. So you know yourself more than your doctor does, and so detection starts with us. It starts with me as a woman. Personally, every month or once a month, you stand in the mirror and you look at yourself. Know who you are. Know the size of your breast. Know the shape of your breast. Know what it looks like. Know what it feels like. So that when it feels different, if it looks different, you know that there's something wrong here. Something doesn't look right. Maybe I know that my left breast is a little bit bigger than my right breast, but today I'm seeing that my right breast is extremely bigger than the left one. Or you can see the texture differences. So the texture of your breast can look different when it's cancerous. So sometimes it can look like it has some dimpling in it. You can have a lump in it. You can have a discharge. It could be bloody discharge in it. Sometimes it could look like pus discharge. So
Mm.
knowing who you are and knowing something is wrong can help detect breast cancer early, and then we can, you can talk to your doctor and then we can start from there. So I know that
Okay.
you all have talked a lot about that,
So
so I'm not gonna.
no, it's okay. It's okay. We, sometimes it's different hearing from like different people. We may hear it one way and
Differently,
understand it the
yeah.
other. So
Yeah.
don't feel like we've already spoken about it, so you won't touch it. So when it comes to feeling for like lumps and whatever it is when you do your self exam,
Examination.
like
Mm-hmm.
what does it feel like what are we, because there's different type of textures when it comes to the breast,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so I think that we have to be really, we have to know what we're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes you may feel something and it may not really be anything, but because you don't know what you're looking for,
Right.
you might think that, okay, it may be normal, it may not be normal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what does
Mm-hmm.
it feel like? Is it something soft, something hard? what
Okay.
what does it feel like?
So it feels hard. It feels lumpy, like, and it's hard. It doesn't have a particular shape, Sometimes, so like when we feel our breasts, as we're growing, we feel there's a lump in there, and
Hmm.
and the lump is even all around it, right? So when you are feeling that lump, usually the lump is not going to be center like the way we have the normal lump in the breast. It's
Hmm.
going to be in particular areas that are usually soft. So I'm feeling for
Okay.
a lump at the softer part of my breast.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So it will have irregular shape. It will feel pain. It might not have pain. It's going to be painless when you feel it.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah.
Mm.
So at the areas, and usually starts towards your underarm.
Your underarm.
It's
Okay.
usually the most common areas that you can find it, but it could be anywhere. It's going to be at the softer parts of the breast. It's going to be painless. It's going to have an irregular shape when
Mhm.
you feel it.
Okay.
And then usually it's going to change over time. So it could start very small. It could
Mm,
be painless at first, and then as time goes on, it's going to grow bigger, and then it's going to hurt. The color around that area can start changing. It could
mm,
feel reddish or, sometimes warm to touch and stuff like that. So, like I said, it's a matter of you knowing who you are. Because if I'm growing up as a woman, or maybe I'm in my 30s, I know what my breast feels like. I know what it looks like. So anytime I'm feeling or seeing anything different, I should trigger that something is wrong and I need to talk to my doctor about it.
okay.
Yeah.
And then in those situations when you don't, because I remember a while back, yeah, many years ago, um, I felt something and I didn't know what it was, but it had been there. There was no growth. It had been there for a while, but it was not like on the soft part. It was like
Right.
part of where the lump is, but it felt different. So I just had my doctor check, and she didn't think it was anything, but just to be safe, I ended
Right.
up having a biopsy.
A biopsy.
Yeah. So they do the biopsy, and then they can tell you if it's benign or not.
Right.
So
Right.
I guess in cases where you're not sure, it's always safe to.
Safe to seek exactly safe to seek professional help. And worst case scenario, it is not, and you have gone through all the testing, all the inconveniences of scheduling an appointment, going to see your doctor, go do this, all the stress and stuff like that. But it's good that you did that, or it's good that you do that, so that and you can rest your mind that this is not cancer and I can move on in my life. But then if it is cancer, then it's caught early. So you can have options, treatment options to go
Yeah.
to help that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So on back to our topics for today. How does family history play a role in
Okay.
breast cancer?
Okay. I did a little PowerPoint presentation. So I'm going to be switching back and forth. So if I'm not looking at the camera, I'm looking at my presentation here.
It's
Or
okay.
do you want me to present it? I don't know how.
Um,
I can go back and forth, and it's good to
that's
have a
fine.
face.
That's fine. Lady
Yeah.
Mary has the presentation control. So
Oh, she
if
does,
I
but that's
click
okay. I
present,
can
or
just
you can click present on your end, I think. But either way,
yeah.
however you
Yeah,
want to,
it's okay. I can just read off of my screen. So I can
that's
you
fine.
see me? Can you
I
see
can see
me?
it.
Okay, perfect. So I'm just gonna go down my presentation here. So family history and risk. So when we say family history, we all have an inherited gene from our family, right? So even I don't know, like in Ghana, you can't way, like there's something particular about every family. Every family has something that's unique to them.
Mhm.
And so when we say family history, family is very important when it comes to health. And especially when it comes to breast cancer, knowing your first or immediate or biological family members and what their risk of cancer is can help you in early detection and prevention. So, with breast cancer increases, especially when you have a family history of ovarian cancer, pancreatic cancer, or prostate cancer. They all may be linked to, um breast cancer. So knowing your family, or if your mother, your sister, your even your daughter, if you are an older woman and you have a daughter who's had breast cancer before, that should prompt you to take your screening very seriously, and also get checking for your genes to see if you have a predisposition to get breast cancer. So particularly when we talk about breast cancer, we have something called the BRCA1 and 2. So those are inherited genetic mutations that elevate your risk of breast cancer significantly. So
Okay.
these genes are something that everybody has, and they help you fight infections and help you fight diseases. But when it comes to breast cancer, when these mutations or these genes get multiplied rapidly, it can cause a dysfunction in what it's supposed to do. So instead of it protecting you, it's going to create something, or it's going to cause the cells to grow abnormally, and that causes you to have breast cancer. So that particular gene is one of the things that people who have a family history of ovarian cancer or prostate cancer or pancreatic cancer, they get tested to see if they have that kind of mutation, so that they can get treated or prevention treatment early, so that doesn't lead to breast cancer in the future for them. So that is those are some of the things that causes you or puts you at a risk for breast cancer if you have a family member who has had these before.
Okay, that's good to know, because you would think that if it has to be like a family history of breast cancer, not
It
necessarily
is too,
like
but other
other type
cancers.
of, like you said, if there's a history of ovarian, pancreatis, different type of cancer, not necessarily specifically breast cancer. So, but any type of cancer can lead to you being at risk for other.
Right. Right. And
Okay.
that goes for other cancers too. But yeah, particularly we are talking about breast cancer. So we all automatically think, like you're saying, if my mom or my daughter has that I can, or my auntie has that I can. But then also, if your dad had prostate cancer, you also want to make sure that you're, staying on
Mm,
top of your health, to make sure that, because that can also
mm.
predispose you to
It's still
getting
a
that.
history. Okay.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. And on that topic, about your dad having like prostate cancer or whatever the case is, um, I think a while back I saw something on either like 2020 or one of those shows, and it was a guy that had um, a history of cancer, and his I think it was actually breast cancer. Is that like common, like,
In men,
or normal? Yeah. Is
it's
that
not,
type of thing?
yeah, and that's the thing. Like breast cancer, men have breasts too, just like us, but theirs does not develop when they hit puberty like women. It
Hmm.
develops when we hit puberty. We all grew up with the same, and then ours develop, when we hit puberty. So breast cancer can go for men as much as it goes for women. So unfortunately, men also do get breast cancer, but it's not as common as it is in women, and that is why it's very, like, all most of the awareness we are talking about women breast cancer, and we are unfortunately not addressing it for the men. But it's also good for a man to also, if you have a family history of breast cancer or any form of cancer, you also want to take it seriously and do your self check and stuff like that, to help with early detection.
Yeah, and there's no like type of screening when it comes to
That's the thing.
men.
Like mammogram, I don't know how they do like a
Yeah, I
mammogram
don't
for
know
a
how that would
man.
work for
So
men.
yeah. I'm guessing maybe just like a biopsy, they'll just go straight to that.
Yeah,
If a
if
man
you feel
detects
something.
something, right. Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. All right. So I think you've touched on this a little bit, but um, can you give us more about what we should do when we find out that we have that history?
Okay. Um, so that is talking about detection, right? And diagnosis. Is that right? I think that was one of the
Yeah,
topics
it
here.
goes into diagnosis. Like how do we, if I know that, okay, there's some type of cancerous history in my family, like what should be my next step, even if I'm not,
Right.
or like, let's say I fail and I don't feel anything, there should still
Mm-hmm.
be some type of precaution to take, right?
Right.
So what does that look like? What should be your next step once you know that you have a family history?
Right. Okay. So family history, like that, with that particularly, we are talking about genetic counseling. So there are
Okay.
people whose jobs are mainly talking to you about your family history. Like we mentioned before, if somebody has that mutation, then genetic counseling, they can do genetic testing. It's a blood work that they do to see if your likelihood of breast cancer is high or not. Then they will advise you on what to do in order to prevent that. So that is one of the things that you can do. And self-examination, we've talked about that. As women, lift your hand, put one hand up, do your examination in circular motions, either clockwise or anti-clockwise. Don't go here and then come here and then do that and touch here. You make sure that you're touching all, getting all the areas right. Put both hands up, look at your breast in the mirror, see what the shape looks like, see what, if there's any dimpling. So sometimes when we say dimpling, as women, when we have babies and we breastfeed, the breast can kind of like, the size can go down a little bit. And so when we see that, oh, it doesn't look fuller, we get alarmed thinking that those are dimpling. Well, it's good to talk to your doctor because they can examine you and give you what their recommendations are. But also knowing that if I'm seeing that, that shouldn't alarm me because I have breastfed the baby and both sides look the same, right?
Mhm.
But my nipple is inverted. My nipple used to stand up, and then all of a sudden I'm seeing that my nipple, the tip of my nipple is going deeper and deeper and deeper.
Mm,
That is something that should alarm you to go see a doctor about that.
mm,
So all that self-examination can help with detection early. And women, mammogram, we need to make sure that we're scheduling that and getting all that done. Ultrasound and MRI is one of the things that a doctor can recommend for you as well. And a biopsy, that is one of the things that, specifically gives you the diagnosis whether you do have it or if it's benign, like in your case.
mm.
Um, and early detection improves, the treatment outcomes and survival rate. So that these are some of the things that I put together. But obviously, like if you have any contributions, absolutely, please chip in.
Yeah, okay. Well, like you said, I think early detection, um, like one of our speakers said last time, early detection saves lives. You
Yes.
know, in our culture, for some reason, we have this notion of ignorance being bliss. And I always say ignorance is not bliss because if you don't know, then you can't do anything about it.
Right.
You get so scared, and it's like, okay, as long as I don't know, then it's not going to happen. But that's
Yeah.
what's killing a lot of people, you know,
Unfortunately.
the fear of finding out. So the best thing you can do for yourself is to find out and find out
Yes.
early because
Yes.
when
Yes.
it's late and there's nothing you can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing you can do about it, and it's not a good position to be in. Unfortunately, I had a cousin that I think she probably found out early in her 30s, I believe. And
Oh my
unfortunately,
God.
it went into remission, and then it came back, stage 4, and there was nothing, she fought, but there was nothing we could do, and eventually she passed away. And she was pretty
Oh,
young,
I'm
I believe,
sorry.
early
Yeah.
40s,
Yeah.
and she passed away. So I'm always in my mind, like I'm always like checking, and even sometimes like your mind plays tricks on you, and you may not even have anything, but you think that there's
Oh,
something
trust
there.
me, like I've been there. Like you have no idea. Like I said, like the reason why I'm talking about like the breast changes when you breastfeed a child, I had like 4 years ago after my son had stopped nursing, well, like, oh, this looks really weird. Is that dumpling? Like I wasn't really sure. And I was like, let me just talk to my doctor. So obviously I scheduled an appointment. I went in and she looked at me and she's like, well, I know this is very common. Like a lot of women come in here thinking they have some sort of like breast cancer. And then she was like, yeah, it's nothing to be alarmed. You have a baby, you breastfeed. Obviously, the shape and
Yeah.
the size is not going to look the same. So,
Yeah, I feel
yeah.
like
So
every
it's
other
good.
month I'm finding something.
And especially when you know, that's why they say ignorance is bliss. But
Yeah.
it's not, because I'll rather look like I'm
Like
trying to find the
paranoid,
word.
you're paranoid.
Paranoid. I'd rather be paranoid, be termed as a paranoid lady,
Yeah.
rather than, wait till it's too late and nothing can be done about it. So every little thing, hey, this is like, fortunately for us, we are in America, and unfortunately, most people do not have the the privilege that we have to schedule an appointment and see our doctor. With all these, we have vast resources that can help with early detection. So there's really nothing that should prevent
No,
us from going
please.
in
Yeah.
early. Yeah, and even back home in Ghana and other countries, things are changing. There's plenty of resources for all of us to get that done. So I'm so glad that we're doing this, because this is really like a good eye opener for a lot of
Yeah.
us. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to take a very short break, very, very short break, and we will be right back. Hopefully, Miss Mary can join us.
Okay. Already.
Yo, yo, yo. Now your matter with the talk. Your life, your wahala, your breakthrough, idea. Welcome to the chat room. This no be ordinary place. Now a solution they show face. Lady Mary, they lead the way. With guess where go blow your brain. Talk your matter, make.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Ah,
The conversation was good. I couldn't cut it yet.
no, I was listening. I was actually listening in. So I was listening in. I just had I wanted to ask about the Ghana part, but I mean, if you were not done, you can go. I wanted to ask. So someone had like a polyps. I believe that's what it's called in Ghana, and because you said there are resources, okay? If they are, maybe we don't know, and that's one of the reasons why we have the chat room, so we can educate people. Maybe perhaps pinpoint where resources can be found. And she went to the hospital. So according to her, the doctor just explained to her that whatever is within her cervix, that it needs to be, they have to have an operation in Ghana. Once they say operation, all hell break
It
loose. You're like,
scares,
oh my
yeah.
God. So she went home and she's given this report to the brother that, okay, I have to have an operation. And me being a Ghanaian, I'm like, oh my God, operation, is that the only thing they can do? How big is this thing and all that? But then where my concern is she said the doctor didn't really give her as details as to what is really happening. He just said, okay, we found this and we need to have an operation. And I feel that, I don't know what type of doctor she saw, but I think people need to really be informed, perhaps. Sometimes when you tell people that they have certain disease or illnesses, that alone, the shock alone can kill that person even
Yeah.
before
True.
The
getting treated.
True.
nervousness. Yeah.
Yes.
True.
So
Yeah.
she's, trying to figure out what's going on. And so I just happened to have a conversation with a brother, and I said, he's telling me that, oh, this is what is happening. I was talking to my sister. And then I said, I don't know if that's the only option, but I know someone who is really into fertility, women's health. She's really good. She's based in Dubai. She's a Ghanaian. And I said, let me speak with her and have your sister talk to her. So I just sent her an audio. Hey, can you help this person? She said, I need to speak with her to get details. She spoke to her. Then she explained that she knows exactly what is happening. In fact, before we knew it, she sent pictures, circled them, said, this is what is wrong. This is what the doctor is trying to say. And it made sense, But then she added that it's not an operation. It's not like an operation that, you're going to go and not come back home. It's a pretty straightforward thing. But what would it have taken for this doctor to really explain? And to top it, he just said, go home, gather some money, and come back for an operation.
Yeah. That's the gap. Like the communication gap in Ghana is
It's
crazy.
crazy. And I'm
It's
like,
crazy.
so
Like,
you're go home, gather the money, and come back
yeah.
for an operation. And
Just so
I'm
you
like,
can come and open, and I don't even know what you're coming me open to
yes.
Right,
do.
right,
Like we don't even
exactly.
know the process, Like
Right,
when
right.
I have a hyperemesis with my pregnancies, and every time I have to get that psychology, I have to get the stitches.
Yeah.
But you go through, they'll take you through the process. You're going to go through this. It's going to take this long time. Is this, they give you the details. But if you tell me I have something that, you tell me where it's at, fine. But go home, gather money, and come and do an operation. What is that?
Yeah.
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 Is it all about the money?
You can go home and die.
It's yeah, right. Exactly. It's sad. Like when I said resources, I guess I don't have like a particular resource that I was talking about, but like I'm just referring to like going to the doctor. Like there's hospitals all over, but at the end of the day, like you're saying, it's 100% true that where I went to Ghana last year and I went to the hospital. It was just like basic, got some infusion and I left home. In America, even if you go to like the urgent care, you're getting a printout of what you came in here to do, what to look out for when you get home, like when to come back. Just like the education here is as important as the medication they're giving you. But that is not like that in Ghana. Like
because they over here, people know their rights and they stand on their rights. If you don't tell me what I'm getting, if you don't tell me why I'm getting it, if you don't tell me when I'm getting it,
I probably might not get
I'm gonna find a way to sue you.
True.
Okay?
Exactly.
I'm gonna find a way to sue you. Who are you gonna sue in Ghana? Who are you going to sue? So it's so like relaxed.
Yeah.
They're so relaxed, and the authority that doctors, the nurses, and the hospitals have. It's almost like you go there and your life is in their hands, right? And you don't have really that much of a right. It's like you're literally, if you don't do what they say, and if you don't come correct, then
that's it for you.
You're gonna be dead.
And then one thing,
nobody's held responsible.
Yeah.
One thing too, though, like for when you go to the pharmacy, like here, there's no way you're gonna go to the pharmacy and tell them you're looking for a medication which requires prescription, and they'll give it to you. You cannot buy them off and not have prescription, right? But I mean, I'm sure that not to down talk Ghana or anything, and maybe it's not just even only Ghana, but we are saying Ghana because that's where we are from, and
that's where we are from. Yeah,
right. And it's real.
It's real. But someone said the other day, I was having a conversation and I said, I don't know why in Ghana it seems like everything goes. It's like paracetamol will work for everything. Your leg is broken, paracetamol. You have a headache, paracetamol. My back ache, everything, Mm-hmm. So I think that now with technology and everything, social media, it's out there. So people should really take it upon themselves and go. And I'm telling you.
Yes, mm-hmm. Yes, I agree.
Do your own homework and make sure that you have the first-hand information. I recently, after I had, the baby just turned 10 months.
Oh,
yesterday, congratulations. I think 2 days ago. Thank you. And Nana, trust me, knowing me, every little thing, oh my God, I'm going YouTube, I'm Googling. Then I call my doctor.
You're going to drive yourself crazy.
Oh my God. And she's like, Mary. I'm like, well, I rather know. But I know that with that being said, there's so many information also on social media that's really not real. You get it. But that is why you do the research, do your homework, then speak to a doctor. Right. I think it's better that way than just living in an unknown place and not having an idea of honey. Yeah. I was thinking about giving baby honey. Then I remembered, with all the other kids, you can't give baby honey. Right. You can't give baby honey. No, but I was like, I don't remember. I went online and it was right there. Yeah. So I was just saying, I mean, you have your people buy data, honestly, to insult, to curse, to fight, to do all kinds of things.
Not to educate themselves. And that's why I feel like most of these doctors also just do the bare minimum, because they know that whatever I'm telling you, you're just going to follow through and do whatever I said to do without doing your research. And sometimes they don't even tell you more detail about what they're going to do for you, because they think that what is it going to do for you? You don't know what's going on. You possibly will not even understand the terminology. Exactly. You won't ask questions. Exactly. They don't. that's one thing I realized, like sometimes it's so like frustrating. I have a nonprofit organization about like surrogacy and stuff like that in Ghana. And sometimes you talk about like our own people here in America, and they just go with the flow. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
so when can I start? So like
You know, I
that's it.
questions.
No questions. How does it work? What is it going to do for me? What's involved? What is the time frame? Like nothing. And so like
Advantages and
you're so
disadvantages.
right.
Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, you're
It's
so
sad.
right.
My mom is in Virginia. And Nana, I'm telling you, I tell her, if you go to the doctor and they give you a prescription, whatever prescription the doctor gives you, take a picture and send it to me. I'm telling you, I tell her because it's not, she can't read off all these things. So
Yeah.
I will take it, ask
Yeah.
questions, run it by, I do that with, if I have an issue at work, I'll call Nanaya. Hey Nanaya, how do you handle this? And I
Right.
ask questions to people that may, have more
Mm-hmm.
idea or knowledge about
Right.
this thing. You don't just take medication, and that's the thing. We don't listen. So I was going through the IV fluids. Not to go off our topic, IV fluids at home, and one of the times because I can't eat, I can't drink. Literally, I have to hold my nose,
Mm.
drink the water, and the moment I release my nose, I vomit everything out. Go
Oh
right.
wow.
And so they gave me some type of medication, and I think it was a shot, but something was off. Listen, I literally will go upstairs, come down to the kitchen, come to the basement, lay down, then something I was going off. I'm like, no, this is different. And anybody in the house did not really understand. My husband is really against just taking anything that is given to you, especially when you're pregnant. But when I'm in that situation, it's like I need that help.
Right.
Now, I called my doctor and I said, this is making me feel like I'm losing my mind. No, no, not literally. At a point, I felt like taking off my clothes. I'll take off my clothes. I feel like putting it back on. I
Off.
felt funny off. I called and I said, no, this is, and then the nurse said, oh, well, that's
A
part
side
of the
effect.
side effect. I'm like, take me off that. Yes. And I said,
That's
take me off.
crazy.
Yes.
Side effect.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like,
That's
yeah, let me lose my mind, but keep my food down. What in the
Yeah.
world?
And that's the thing about medicine. Like you choose your poison. That's what it is. Literally.
Yeah,
Choose your poison. Choose
that's
what you're
basically,
comfortable
you're right.
dealing with. So I'll replenish whatever you're losing, but at the end of the day, you're gonna be,
good.
you're gonna
Oh,
be off.
I know. I
Yeah.
told her, I said, well, as I'm talking to you, I'm taking this out right now. I'm not using it again. I think I'm going to be okay. Then the doctor said, we can explore other options. I said, nope, I'm going to try my best. And yes. So people
Yeah.
need to ask questions. And apparently there are people that are on this type of medication. But no, I'm like, this is not
And that's
me.
information that you would think they should tell you,
Tell you. Yeah. No, no, no,
So,
it wasn't. I
you
think.
know,
But to her point, so this is the doctor I've seen all these years. I mean, with all the kids. So you would think, okay, she thinks she knows what's best. But then I guess that's why I brought that in, that we should ask questions. Okay, what is it going to do to me? But at that point, Nana, I was not in the frame of mind to even ask all these questions, because literally, when I'm pregnant, I will lose like 13 pounds within the first 2 months.
wow.
Yeah. So when you need that help and you're desperate, sometimes
Right.
you might just go with the flow, but we should really ask questions. I'm sorry. We can go back to our breast cancer topic, Linnea.
No, this is really good because it all works together
It
because
ties
it's
in. It
yeah.
ties in, when if your body's feeling specific, because there are, and
Mhm.
correct me if I'm wrong. Should I call you Jemfua? Is that what you
Mommy,
said?
mommy,
Mama?
mommy. I
Okay.
go by mommy. Everybody calls me that. So yeah.
Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure that there are probably some type of medication. I don't want to say narcotics or anything like that, but
Mhm.
medication that can probably contribute to a higher risk of cancer and those type of things, right? So you do want to ask questions. You do want to
Mhm.
ask
Yeah.
because, for
Yeah.
example, I had a hysterectomy, and I was, my just I figured that once it's done, that I'll be fine. I don't have to worry about like pain and all that type of stuff. But I was still feeling pain, right?
Mhm.
And when I went to the doctor, they said, okay, maybe your hormones may be a little bit off.
Off.
If you want to, like, get some type of medication that will balance your estrogen or increase your estrogen, this and that, right? We can do that, but also when you're taking stuff that involve estrogen, it can increase your risk of breast cancer. I said, nope, I will just continue to feel what I'm feeling. No, thank you. They said, well, it's
Yeah,
not really a high risk. No, I don't want any risk.
but it's still a
Don't increase
possibility.
anything
Yeah.
that will increase my chances of getting breast cancer. Why would I, because I'm experiencing discomfort, exchange that for breast cancer?
And
You
that's the
know?
thing, like with everything else, like if that's why I said, like, choose your poison, whatever might be good for you. Like, for example, somebody would take it. Somebody
Yeah.
would take it. Like I was like I said, like I have a non-profit, so I work with women a lot about like what they need to do when they're going through surrogacy and sometimes like inducing lactation. That's one of the medications that you would take to produce that like the side effect is causes you to have like involuntary muscle movement, and
Mm.
when that happens it's permanent. Like there's nothing that they can do to reverse it.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yes, and the doc and the doctor did prescribe it to one of the ladies that I was working with, and I was reviewing, and I was like, absolutely not.
Oh, no.
Like why? Like I don't know. Like I know that breastfeeding will help with the bonding. Hell, just put the baby on the breast, whether something
Give,
comes out of
give
it
her
or not.
formula.
That's
I
what I'm
just
saying.
told you,
Like
give them
even
formula.
formula, and if you're trying to bond with the baby, just put the baby on the breast.
Yeah.
Nothing comes out, so what? It's not the end of the world. But like I'm saying, the doctor just knew that it is important for this woman to breastfeed a child, and so
Mm.
whatever I have to do to get her there is what I'm going to
Wow.
do as a doctor, without doing like the due diligence of doing the research and coming out, finding out all the side effects of these medications. And
Yeah.
so like it's very like it's true, this will prevent this, but it can also cause that. And even lifestyle, like choosing like the type of life you live, the type of
Mm-hmm.
foods you eat, it,
Mm-hmm.
the type of like there's so many detergents or soaps out there that women put it here, put it under there, insert it
Yeah.
here, do that or
Yeah.
that, and you don't know what this is going to
yourself
cause.
in.
It
What's
can
in
cause
it?
cervical or ovarian cancer, and
Yeah.
guess what, that can also cause, increase your risk for breast cancer.
Yeah.
So there's
Yeah,
unlimited
that
things
actually
that.
leads me to my next question. I was going to ask a question about life, lifestyle choices and environmental risk factors that may influence, our risk of breast cancer.
Increase.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have a someone is trying to join in. She said she couldn't get access to, so I'm
Oh,
just resending her the
did,
link.
did you get the YouTube and then the Facebook link?
I only got one. I only got this one. Can they get in on this one?
It's not
I
gonna
just
work for them.
posted
Maybe
this
that's
one
why.
on.
Okay,
No,
Maybe
this
that's
that's
one will
why.
not work. Like
this
you
one
can
would not work.
share the Facebook one
I'm
or
gonna
the
I'm
YouTube one.
I'm gonna send it to you right now. Then you forward it to them. Maybe that's why they can't
Okay.
join in.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then I need to repost because I just posted this particular link on my WhatsApp.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So
So
I
we
was
can.
asking about, what you were talking about lifestyle choices and some type of environmental factors that may increase our risk when it comes to breast cancer.
Yeah. So like just the basic things that we as Christians we deem as inappropriate if you're Christian, smoking, alcohol and all of that. Every day that's what I say. Like we as Ghanaians, we term everything spiritual. We make everything about spirituality. And that is a good thing. Because sometimes that is what it takes for somebody to stop doing
Believe
certain
it.
things that can
Mm-hmm.
cause them some
Mm-hmm.
sort of cancer or diseases. And so I make sure to put it in there that if you're Christian and you're trying to then obviously no smoking, no alcohol. So those are one of the things that like excessive smoking, excessive alcohol, also even just being inactive, just sitting or being overly overweight can cause that. eating certain types of foods like fast foods all the time, not making sure that you're getting enough of the fruits and vegetables that are good for you, like hydrating enough, and all of that, they all cause that. And like you also mentioned, that hormone replacement therapy, like if you do that long term, that can also increase your risk of getting, breast
Yeah,
cancer.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. People ask me, sometimes we ask, why the our forefathers and the people before us lived longer, and how we didn't have all this, or we didn't hear about people dying of so many different cancers and all these diseases and illnesses, and we have to like bring it
Just
up.
drinking some water.
It's our environment, it's our food, like everything has been so
Yes.
genetically modified,
Modified.
and
Yes.
like literally, like I listen to a lot of podcasts, and sometimes I need to cut myself off because I'm like, it's gonna drive me crazy. Because when you think about the things that are like in lotion, in
Yes.
soap,
Yes.
just things that you're breathing in, just in the air around you,
Yeah.
food, things that you feel it's supposed to be like a nourishment to
A
your body,
nourishment for you.
it's
Yeah.
not. It's poisoning you.
Mm-hmm.
It's poisoning you. And I'm at the point where my children are frustrated because all those processed foods, we're not
We're
doing it
cutting it
anymore.
out.
Every time
Yeah.
somebody talks about anything healthy, they're like, oh, please, not again. Don't tell this woman again. Because it's it's
That's what
crazy.
we need, though. That's what we need. And even with the non-processed food that we think, even with
The
that,
chemicals that they use to grow it, like literally, I think a few years ago they banned like raid or something like that, because apparently farmers were spraying those things to like kill
The
pesticides and those
insects.
things, and
Wow.
we're eating those things,
Wow.
so
Nana, yeah.
No, it's true.
I
It's
just
true.
wanted
Like,
to let
oh, sorry.
mommy know. I was trying to get Mr. Collins to send you the link, but I'm not getting him. But
Okay.
if
But
they
I can test my phone number here and you can send it to me.
okay, send it send me a private message and I'll send it to you.
Oh, how do I do that? Is it just through the chat? Can I just send in the
Let me
chat?
see. Yeah, it says private chat. Yeah, you can send it through the private chat.
Okay.
yeah, so we have to be careful. Like there are apps that you can use to scan your lotion, and it will tell you um
Mhm.
if it's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Can
yeah,
you
if
send
it's
me
like
that? Because I'm not familiar with that.
yeah, there is. I'll look for it. I have a couple of them on my phone that you can. I think one is like something skin, but I'll make sure. I'll look.
Mm,
You can scan it, and it will tell you whether it's clean or not, and it will tell you what type
mm,
of like clean ingredients are in there and what's not. And it's the same thing for
mm.
food. You will scan it, so when you're shopping, you can scan. There's this guy that I listen to on YouTube that every time I'm listening to, my children are angry because they can't have their cereals
And you want to throw
anymore.
everything you have in your house away.
But
No,
we
it
need
is so
that.
true.
Yeah.
We need those type of things because we
Oh,
are literally just silently buying diseases and not
Yeah.
knowing that
It's true.
that's what's
No, it's so true. Like even our farmers market, like my husband and I, every Saturday, that's a thing that we do here. We have a local farmers market we go to until like from April to November, and we go there and we see the type of like the crops they have. We have a little, garden in our
Garden.
backyard, and the sizes are
They're
not like
different.
this is supposed to be organic.
everything is big in
Like
America.
it's bigger than what we have here. Like our tomatoes, the size of the tomatoes we grow is like this,
Uh-huh.
and then they have the Roma tomato,
Huge.
and I'm like,
It's not
how?
organic.
Like it's not like
Yeah.
so. It's just like at this point, I'm like, should we just grow
Uh-huh.
everything on our own? Just quit working and just grow your own food and feed
Right.
your family with it. It's sad. It's
And
it's
even
it's
the
really.
organic stuff, it's not like, because like I'm still trying to figure out how we can have an organic seedless grape.
Great.
How do you grow
Watermelon.
it? If it's seedless, how did you grow it
You grow
organically?
it.
That makes no
Yes.
sense.
What did you use?
It
What
needs
did you
seed.
use to? Yeah. What did you use to grow it? Didn't you use a seed? Why doesn't it have a seed? Like
Yeah.
watermelons. Like why do you like? We know red watermelons. They have yellow
Yeah,
watermelons. They have like different like
different
it's
colors. Everything
different
is
colors. Yeah.
modified, and we're
Mm-hmm.
just
I said the other day, Nana, I was talking to Eunice and I said, people would be really shocked if one day we woke up and they said the things that are tagged as not organic are actually the real organic stuff. And then the things that they claim
they
to be
tricked us.
organic. No,
That's true.
seriously.
So
Because
true.
sometimes I look at the prices and I'm like, okay, but what if these ones that are not supposed to be organic are really truly good? Oh
You
my
Yeah.
never
God.
know.
You
Okay,
never
so one
know.
of the apps that I use to like scan for like lotions and stuff is called Think Dirty.
Think dirty.
Yes, and the other
Okay.
one is On Skin,
Okay.
like together On Skin.
Think dirty. On
Think
skin.
Dirty and on Skin.
Oh,
So
I'm
you can
gonna
use
do
it to
this.
scan like the barcode on your
Mm-hmm.
lotions and soaps and see if it's
Okay.
clean or not. You
Nice.
know,
I
when in
see.
doubt,
That's
the less
interesting.
ingredients, the better. The less ingredients, the better. Is
Yeah.
what they say when it comes to like food, when it comes to lotion, soaps,
Oh
anything that you put
yeah.
on your skin, because we forget that the the largest organ on us is the skin,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And last time I think the first lady that was on here said that the most common cancer was skin cancer, right? And that's because like we're just
Everything. Just throwing everything
We
out.
are trying
exposed to so
everything. We
much.
see some
Yeah.
pimples here and there. We are researching what can we put here. We are constantly
Yeah,
switching to find
yeah,
what product works. Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
yeah.
It's I think it's interesting. Like for me, I know people like to say try different stuff, but for me, one thing is also that when I'm pregnant, I can't use any type of soap. The only soap I can use is Cetaphil. And
Mhm.
so for the longest time, I've been stuck on it. Now in the house, that's what everybody uses. Okay. And the
It's not clean though.
Mm.
That's. I'm trying to find an alternative because that's what my children use: Cetaphil and CeraVe. That's what we use,
it's nice.
but
I mean,
it's not clean.
it's well, no, but yes, I understand. But see, the smells, I
I
can't
need to
take
bring all my product to you to review for me
it.
before, and then I can reshop them.
We just send it out to her before we buy it. It's,
Right,
no, but
exactly.
Nana, so
I'm like, oh,
that's
where's
what I've been
have your
using.
speed
I know,
dial? Is this clean?
yes, because sometimes I'm
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, you hear and you see all these things. So at times I'm like, let me just stick to my Ghana black soap and just go about my business. Honestly,
You know what? Yes, those black soap, shea butter. That's what like every time like when I scan the product and then sometimes it gives you a suggestion on what's clean. And literally, they're falling back for like lotion. They're like raw shea butter. I'm like,
no,
Mm.
and
I
it's
it's
wish we
so
true.
had
dry
that.
though. I need something that goes on
Right.
salt.
No, but Nana, shea butter works. So for
But
us,
it's
the
dry.
two things, shea butter and
Cocoa
aquaphor.
butter.
Shea butter and aquaphor are the two things I sometimes have cocoa butter, but I'm so stuck on shea butter, the raw one. I get them from Ghana in bulk.
Mhm.
And then, but the thing is, you can't really know what to kind of figure out what is really working for you. But I think that we want to be really careful, ask
Yeah.
questions and all of that. I think I heard something about eating right. Okay, eating right. And let me ask this. Eating raw vegetables, okay? Isn't it the same as preparing these vegetables with like soup and making our jollof rice with them and all that? It's
It's not the same.
vegetables. Yeah,
I'm not a
it's,
doctor, but it's not the same. Once you cook it down, you're cooking out the nutrients.
But you're cooking it stays in the pot. I don't strain it out. That's
No,
what, like that
but
is my
you're cooking it
mentality.
once you put heat to it,
is that the
right?
same?
If you saute it very lightly, that's fine. But the way that we cook our food, once it's done, there's no nutrients in it. Because imagine making a watches stew and how long that's it on the pot for. There's nothing left.
Right.
There's nothing left. Like literally, you have to just cook your food. Sometimes you cook it just to kind of like kill some of the raw bacteria that are on it and all that. But all you need is just to kind of like cook it lightly.
We have a long way to go.
When you're done.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. So then how do we eat? Do we just eat fruits? Like, do we just eat raw vegetables all the time?
That's what they say. Like, do raw organic, like pure organic. Not
if there's any. Yeah.
If there's any.
Yes. If there's any, you eat raw. Some lady I was listening to said, eat God's food. That's what she said. She said, eat God's food.
Okay, the original.
That means how God made it raw. You eat it. Like the grains, not like all the white stuff, the grains that have been processed into white to make it taste better. Eat your vegetables raw if you can. If you can't, lightly saute it. Don't add like this, because by the time we're done with our vegetables, it's not even a vegetable anymore. It's a dessert. So
I guess we can just have a maybe once a while throw in like salads, once a while throw in some steamed
once a while. That should be your regular.
That should be our main dish, and then the fufu can be once a while. Is that right?
Exactly. Those can be once in a while. Your main dish should be
the
vegetables and the fruit. Have a balanced diet. But with grains.
Is like the hardest. This is going to be the hardest prescription for some of us to follow. Because
but interestingly,
for me, believe it. I'm sitting here talking like I do it.
I think interestingly though, Nana, when we were growing up back in Ghana, we had more of the abom versus stew where you are frying, right?
Yeah, true. Like grind it and all that.
True.
Yeah,
we had more of that.
The contemporary stew with some
the garden eggs
and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And,
we had more of those versus now everything is being fried. So
and look at how long people lived then.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
We think that everything is so convenient. Like they say, we are in the microwave era. Everything is like instant. And the instant has been so processed that we're not getting any type of nutrition from it. And it's just a waste, and it's toxic to your bodies. And that's how we're getting all this, But we're drifting a little bit. Still, we're on topic, but we're
It's
we're
all
making, I think it's good to make
part
it
of the lifestyle modifications. Yes.
So when it comes to treatment.
Treatment options.
Yes. Is that, when I hear of cancer, even when it's in remission, I'm still scared, because a lot of the information that's out there is when it comes back stronger, So what are the options for treatment?
So surgery is one, medication, radiation, chemotherapy, hormone therapy, targeted immunotherapy. The list goes on. It all depends on the type of cancer you have and the stage where you're at.
So if somebody's at a stage 1, would you recommend, what do they call it, like a mastectomy? Is that what it's called?
Mastectomy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think, with that, even with like the genetic mutations that we're talking about earlier on, that is one of the treatments or preventative things that the doctor can recommend for you is to get a mastectomy. That can help, if the tissue is not there, it doesn't have the ability to grow abnormally.
But that could go somewhere else.
No, like that's what I'm saying. Like if you have, usually they have like people who are at risk for that. They're at risk for breast cancer, ovarian cancer, it could be cervical cancer. So it all depends. Like I'm saying, like it depends on the type of mutation, genetic mutation that you have, and what the
Mm.
doctor can recommend for you. So you taking care of one, you might still have that risk of
Another.
getting the other, and it just all depends on the type and the doctor. Yeah.
When we hear people say, I've been cancer free, right? Is it because maybe they changed their diet? Or because I really try to figure out how is it that some people, and I would hate to use this word, but let me see how best I can frame this. There are a certain group, it seems like there's a certain group of people that can have cancer. In some way, somehow, they're always, they turn to be cancer free. They're off cancer. They no longer have cancer. But then for some reason, it seems like our race, that's what I think, my opinion. When the moment people have cancer, it doesn't take long. Then you hear that they're gone. So is it that once you are diagnosed or once you get to know that you have it, do people, is it the eating right, or does medication just work different for everybody?
Or is it a race thing?
Right. Or is it a race
Like
thing?
so like unfortunately with race has to do it's part of the family risk. So if you are African American, most of us, you're, the likelihood of getting high blood pressure and strokes and all of that is there. That goes for cancer too. So cancer is like breast cancer especially, it's mainly common in Caucasian women. That's one of the like the majority, of people that get it. So every cancer has, or every type of disease has a particular genetic race that has it more as opposed to the other. So that is true. So if somebody is Caucasian and they have a particular type of disease, they might get it resolved quicker or completely, as opposed to somebody from another race that can get it more resolved quicker or completely. So like I said, it just all depends. So if, for example, if I have breast cancer and it's detected early, it hasn't metastasized to other parts of the body, and so if I get the chemotherapy or radiation, whatever the doctor recommends, and the treatment is completed, and I'm no longer, I no longer have cancer, and I follow the recommendations of the doctor, maybe I may have to be on certain type of medications for my lifetime, or I know that maybe there's alcohol and smoking can cause me to increase my likelihood of getting another type of cancer or that particular cancer, then I stay away from it. If maybe overweight, I can go on lifestyle modifications and I can do that. Staying active, I can do that. So it all depends, and sometimes unfortunately your genetics does not favor you. So even if you have a breast cancer that's taken care of, you can get cancer somewhere else, and that cancer might also come back, or in the same place it can also regrow and come back, even if you are. So yeah, like it's just a matter of, I can't really say if it's
Yeah,
lack or genetics or whatever. It's just it
yeah,
can go both ways.
yeah. I think just
Yeah.
taking care of yourself, and for us, like when I mean like us, like Africans,
Africans, yeah.
um, nowadays, because we've strayed so much from our natural, our natural intakes, because we were the people that ate natural,
Mm-hmm.
right? But
Mm-hmm.
now, even if you're eating natural, you're adding all these chemicals like the seasonings and all this. Like we've strayed from those natural spices that
Yeah.
used to like
Yeah.
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 fragrance our food and make it. And we're
Mm-hmm.
getting these things, and I'm not going to say in the country, but you can use your imagination from other countries, where they probably wouldn't eat it there, but they're bringing it to us.
Right, they're bringing it to us.
You
Yeah.
I
know,
wanted to say that, but I was like,
yeah.
okay, let me not
That's
go
why I
there.
say I'm not going to say the name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. They bring
Yeah.
it to us,
Yeah.
and we're eating it, and we're dying from
Mm-hmm.
those things. So that
Mm-hmm.
will increase the risk. Because it's like we're the bottom feeders.
Yeah.
What
Yes.
people don't want, they
Yes.
bring it to us, and
Yes.
we're eating it. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that's
Mm-hmm.
one of the reasons. And I was going to ask a question. I think it was based on something that you said about the treatment. You said so basically,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm understanding right, if you are at whatever stage for any type of cancer, the best route would be to like remove whatever organ the cancer is infected.
Right.
Not necessarily the organ. So for example, sometimes recently there's a coworker that had lung cancer. It was caught early, so you don't have to remove the entire thing. So they're removing the part
Porcelain.
where the cancer is, if it can
Mm.
safely be removed. Then sometimes it can take care of the situation, and then you can just be on oral medications.
Mm.
Other times they can take a part of the cancer out. Then you also have to do the chemotherapy and stuff like that to also help you, to help you, get better. So it's like I said, it just depends on what type and where,
Okay.
or how advanced it is.
Okay. Have you seen situations where people, I know you're in the medical field, so probably not, but where people are like going the natural route. There was a lady that she was very popular in the United States, and recently she died from breast cancer.
Oh,
I think when she received her diagnosis, she decided to go the natural route and not, go through the chemotherapy and the radiation and all that because it all has its side effects. And then
mhm.
sometimes it's so tasking on the body.
Right, right.
So they decided to go on a natural route, and that didn't really go as
As
they
planned
hoped it
or
would have.
expected.
Yeah. So, what do you have to say when it comes to?
Yeah, I unfortunately I haven't seen, and because I also work in the hospital, I
Yeah,
might not see somebody who has, because usually they stay away from the hospital if they're going that
if they're
route.
doing the natural route. Yeah,
And also I haven't specifically worked on an oncology unit, so I cannot necessarily speak to that fact. But on social media, there's recently a guy who is also fighting stage 4 pancreatic cancer, who is also doing the natural thing, and I'm just praying. Yeah, he recently went for a scan. He hasn't posted the result of the scan because I think he had one before he started the natural, the
yeah.
juicing and the powder thing. And so yeah, I haven't, so it's
On that
just.
topic, I know we're talking about breast cancer, but when it comes to prostate, prostate cancer, I know that there are these clinics, herbal clinics in Ghana. Prostate cancer, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, it's one of the most treatable cancers, right? At this age and period, people should not be, of course, there's always people who are stage 4 and you can't do anything about it. But like we said, early detection is key. That's one of the things that if it's detected early, it can safely be treated and
Treated.
and like cured, right? So there shouldn't be a lot of cases where people are dying from these
Yeah, and
prostate
that's why it's
cancer.
not very
It's
common.
not, yeah,
Like
you don't really hear
when
it
you hear
like others.
a man dying from prostate cancer, they're way in their like 80s or.
Somebody in their 70s in Ghana recently died from prostate cancer, and it could have been avoided. It could have been
Okay.
avoided. I
Yeah.
think one of the reasons behind that is, and I've had two cases that people that are involved in my life where they had prostate cancer, and these clinics told them to take this herbal medicine instead of going to the hospital and getting it
The
removed,
surgery,
getting
yes.
the surgery. I was
Remove the.
like, go get that surgery. Go get the surgery and have it removed. Forget whatever. If you want to drink it after the surgery. Okay? Two people that were advised, and thankfully they listened and had the surgery,
Yeah.
and now they're fine. You know? So there are these clinics
Yeah.
saying drink this and you'll be fine.
And like we're saying, it's sometimes I feel like it, like, just as we were mentioning, sometimes we feel like we have to go back to the way things were before to get better. And like our mindsets with knowing, because knowing that surgery is not as bad as most of us Ghanaians, when we hear, oh yeah, but your operation, then all of a sudden you know that it's like a death sentence to you.
Because in Ghana,
We
it's
know
dangerous.
better. It is, and some hospitals don't even have like oxygen should you need it. That's the sad truth.
Yeah, it is.
So yeah, so some of these Ghanaian men who have lived here, or women who have lived here, think that better medicine is in Ghana.
Yeah.
So if a doctor is recommending something for them here, like you're saying, this prostate thing, or you need to do surgery, oh, me ko Ghana cry, mami drew crumpuna, you mejo so
Ebeko.
aba. Exactly. Mejo so and I'm going to feel better. And they fall prey to it, and they go, and unfortunately they lose their lives. And so it's a matter of just like we're educating the public about, what is out there. And
Yeah. Once
yeah.
if you don't have, we're saying like if you don't have it, eat healthy, eat your greens, eat all the good things that we have back home. Go
Mm-hmm.
for it, eat it.
Mm-hmm.
So it can actually help you not get it.
Yeah, no.
Sometimes it can help you not get it.
Yes,
But once
yes.
you have it,
You
you
need to
know,
follow up with the
you
doctor.
You
Do
need
the
need
to,
right thing.
yeah, you need to follow
Yeah.
a doctor's recommendation. Yeah.
you
Yeah.
need to be treated. It's not like fine, drink your stuff, but still get it removed and get it,
Yeah.
and it comes, I guess that leads into the support part
Right.
of
Yeah.
our conversation,
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
what would you say we need to talk to, especially our parents, who are set in their ways about
Yeah.
what they
Yeah.
know and we don't know
Mm-hmm.
anything, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
like it's
Yeah.
we're almost at that point where we have to be the parents and say,
Oh, and that's true.
yeah,
Not even like, I feel like we like, especially like us, we are who are a little bit more educated than the majority of our mothers and our fathers. We don't have to be parents just to our parents, but to our aunties, our
Mm-hmm.
uncles,
Just like
grandparents,
the community.
literally community, like our church
hmm
members, like
hmm
everybody. We have to constantly educate them on the importance of early detection
Yeah.
and screening. Like recently, like there's oh, it just breaks my heart. There's this lady who I had in the postpartum. She had a baby, and her mother, who is supposed to be helping her, is also like in another hospital in the ICU.
Oh.
I know. It's just like, and Ghana, it's a Ghanaian lady too. And it was so sad. Why? Because she's currently suffering a stroke because she failed to take her medication, her blood pressure medication. Oh, like I know that like there's certain things that you can do, but if you're not ready for the lifestyle modifications, sometimes you can do all that and your blood pressure will still not budge, you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
And
Take the
so
medicine
even
and
if
change
it's
your lifestyle.
yes, even if you change your lifestyle, like do that, and
hmm
also get some help, even if it's temporarily, to get you to the point where you can safely manage it with
yeah,
lifestyle modifications. And so we constantly have to provide that, and that is one of the supports. Like doing this is a support that we're offering to our community, providing them with like resources where they can go for
Mm-hmm.
help.
Yeah.
Because some of them come here, they don't even have like insurance, they don't know where to go. Some people don't even know that they have like your county has like a public health place that you can go
Mm-hmm.
to for
Yeah.
support if if you're
Mm-hmm.
in doubt of if you have questions about some of these
Yeah.
things.
True.
So what
True.
that's one of the things. Emotional support from family and friends, and support groups. Some people are dealing with a lot and they don't even have somebody to talk to. So having that can also help uplift their spirits and help them even get better. Counseling, therapy, nutrition and exercise plays a very important role. And that's why like most of us like Ghanaians, we are used to our food, but at the same time, at what risk are we eating all that,
Mm-hmm.
so providing the nutritional education can help, help all of us to prevent that. And advocacy and awareness, I have to put that in there. Like
Yeah.
today, what we're doing, we are
Yeah.
providing awareness to our community. So those are all support things that we can do.
Thank you.
I'll call you back.
um, I, I I know we are done, but one thing that I just wanted to throw in here is that if you're watching and you're going through not just breast cancer, whatever it is whatever you're facing,
Yeah.
just know if you don't feel comfortable with your Ghanaian or your Nigerian, your whatever, your own people, you know, go out there. These community centers have a lot of resource
They
information.
do.
Okay.
Yes.
If you have a parent
Yes.
or an auntie, please do just take it upon yourself. Do some research. Find the
Mm-hmm.
right team. There
Mm-hmm.
are even groups for like new moms, breastfeeding moms.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a
Yeah.
support system out there for you. So if you don't feel like you want to talk to your pastor, whomever, there are still an external, is that right?
Yeah.
That are
Support.
outside,
Mm-hmm.
yes, external support that you can just get just by going through your community center and just asking, ask,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
asking. Sometimes even the schools might have information. You
Mm-hmm.
just need to share with somebody
Mm-hmm.
and they would be
Mm-hmm.
more than willing to help. So that's
Even
just,
with the early detection, like these community centers, they do a lot. I remember
mm-hmm,
when we first came here and I was in school, I didn't have like insurance, and that was my main, like that was my hospital. Like I would go there for my pap smear. I have had pap smear there. I have had like vaccinations there. I have had like just like plain general like educational resources. They have so many things that you can do. So if you see something that you are not sure of, rather than stay home and question what's going on, seek support from these
and
centers.
honestly,
And
I think, I don't
yeah.
know who really did this to us because sometimes even going out there, like even going to apply for Medicaid or food stamp
Mm-mm.
those things,
Mm-mm. We're above it.
Oh
no,
yeah.
yes, people would
We are
say,
Ghanaians. We
oh, like
don't we don't
I don't
know.
want
Mhm.
We
people to
know.
know that
Yeah.
I have
Memo
even
me.
sometimes like
Mm-hmm.
when you're told to go to the WIC office, they don't even want
Right.
you to know that they're Ghanaians. I'm like, but these are services that is available to everyone as long as you qualify for it. So I was just having a conversation yesterday and I said I want to take it upon myself to really start visiting churches and really telling people, listen, some of our people, the Somalians, the Indians, they are taking advantage of these resources. Now, I'm not saying go into the system and try to do, what's not right.
Don't fraud it. Nobody's saying fraud it, but if you
No,
need it,
go
get it.
for it. It's available to you, and stop this with, oh, they don't want people to know that if somebody see them at the county office, oh, automatically, oh, they're gonna think I'm poor, or they're gonna think I'm this.
So what if
No,
you're poor? The thing is,
I
if
mean,
you
so
need
what?
it, you're
Yeah,
poor.
it's far
exactly. You're
If
poor.
you
You're
need it,
poor.
you're
You can
poor.
afford
Get
it. Go to
the
college.
help.
That yeah.
from that.
There's no
So
two
like
ways
They don't
about
give
it.
it to people who are not, who don't need
yes,
it.
you
If you
know,
qualify, it means you need it.
you need
Listen,
it.
in
Yeah.
my state right now, I will apply to see if I qualify. If I qualify,
Nana, no, you don't
Right.
qualify, please. No,
if
no,
I
no, you're not.
qualify, I'm taking it. Give me an EBT any day,
You
any
know,
time. Okay.
No,
With
and
the
I
how
feel, and
eggs
that's
are
your
not right
right.
now,
Like that is your right
as
no,
an
listen,
American,
listen.
yeah, as an
as a
American, that's your right.
taxpayer,
So if you
is your right.
qualify
You
for it,
don't
take
even have to
advantage of
be
it.
an American. If you're
Yeah, you
legal
don't have to be a
resident,
citizen. You're
you can
legal.
get
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Anyways, I just wanted to throw that in there. Please, if you're listening, do your research, seek for help. Community centers have so
Yeah.
much information. They have a
Mm-hmm.
lot for you and your
Don't stay in
family.
your house and die.
Yes, you would
No.
not know what's available to you if you don't ask. So please, yeah, that's just
Even
a
the
little
Bible says, "Ask and it shall be given," but
given to you. Yeah.
closed mouths don't get fed unless you
Mm-mm,
ask,
That part.
right?
exactly.
That part. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for coming. Anaya, do you have anything else to say before we end?
No, I think we've said it all.
Well, I think it was a good conversation. I love the conversational part. It makes it interesting, and
Yes.
already it's
Yes.
5:21. But thank you so much for coming.
Oh, of
And we are
course.
going to be calling on you, not just for breast cancer topic.
Yeah, absolutely. And
So we
before I
definitely,
end, I just
mhm,
wanted to throw some light into my foundation, if that's
sure.
okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
So it's a pretty new foundation. It's called the Gift of Life Foundation. You can visit
Okay.
giftlifefoundation.org and just read about us. We are a nonprofit organization. We are there to especially to provide support for women who are dealing with infertility issues or who are struggling to grow their family.
Mhm.
And we started this foundation because I know somebody who died from going to Ghana to have a fibroids removed. In America, she was advised that she would have to have a hysterectomy, but her cervix and her tubes and her ovaries were going to be saved so that she can have a baby via surrogacy. She didn't want that option, and so she went to Ghana, and the doctor convinced her that they can do it, and unfortunately, she passed away.
Ooh.
And and that really touched me. Very young lady, 28 years old, life wasted. And so we started this foundation to educate our Ghanaian women that you can be a parent without physically carrying your child, and they can be your biological child if you want to. And it's expensive here in America, and so the ones that we've done so far were all done in Ghana successfully. And so we are just here. If you want to join us, you can join us to educate our Ghanaian women that you have options. Even if you're struggling to grow your family, you want to carry, we can have options for you as well. And so please join us. Visit giftlifefoundation.org and learn more about our foundation.
We appreciate that.
That's great. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll check out the website.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Thank you so much for coming.
Have a topic.
Oh, my
We
pleasure.
have a topic on like fertility.
It's next year.
you
Yeah,
did?
yeah, we do.
Okay.
We do.
Okay.
So
All right.
meeting you and me.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm here.
Thank you so much. We
This was really
appreciate you
fun
for
for me.
coming.
Thank you for having me. Yes,
You're welcome.
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yo, now your matter with the talk. Your life, your wahala, your breakthrough, idea. Welcome to the chat room. This no be ordinary place. Now a solution, they show face. Lady Mary, they lead the way. With guess where go blow your brain. Talk your matter, make we solve them. No judgment, just love and wisdom. We did discuss, we did learn. Every episode you go feel the burn. Oh, the chat room. Now here we define the way. Oh, the chat room. Oh yes. We go talk and clear, no delay. Oh, it's interactive, educative, informative, and unapologetic. Oh, the chat room.